Today on American Gameday, it's Conference Championship Week. Number 10, K-State versus number 3, TCU. And 12-team playoffs start in 2024. American Gameday starts now! Hi, and welcome to American Gameday. Today is Saturday, December 3rd. Hi, I'm Brayden Slater, and welcome to another crazy edition of American Gameday. And guess what? Yeah, like I said in the intro, it's Conference Championship Week. I got some big headlines, and yep, K-State and TCU, the Big 12, is our game of the week. Yep. Not Oklahoma, not Texas, it's TCU. And yeah, Texas was in the race, but Kansas State knocked them out with their win last week. Let's head into American Gameday. Got a great full day's worth of show for ya. Alright, let's get started with my top 6 ranking. Who I got at number 1? Let's find out. Number 1, I got Michigan. They may surprise you. That's the way that they beat Ohio State, destroyed them on the road. They deserve the number 1 spot. Number 2, Georgia. I really want to put TCU at 2, but I want to see how they do against Kansas State. But, 3 at TCU, 4 at USC, 5 at Ohio State, and 6 is Penn State. CFP does not agree with me. Kind of. Maybe, I don't know, a little bit. But, yeah, Georgia, no surprise there. They're 1. Michigan 2. TCU 3. USC is 4. Ohio State is 5. So I mainly agree with their top 5. It's the Alabama at 6. How does Alabama still have a chance at the playoffs? They don't even have a game this week. Alabama's out of the playoff. Boom. We're not going to talk about them again the rest of the year. They're done. Bye. Check out some headlines. Michigan's running back. Yep, he's after having a major injury and having to miss most of the game against Ohio State. He has to have knee surgery this week, and very likely he will not be. I think it's close. I gotta say, yeah, he's not playing the Big Ten Championship game, for sure. He's not playing today. But it's a close call if he's gonna play in the playoffs. I think likely not. So it's a big miss from Michigan right there. I don't think anyway, Michigan's playing Purdue. I don't think that's a big miss. But when it comes to playoffs, they gotta get him ready. Anyway, LSU's quarterback, he hurt his ankle. And they're saying he will play in the SEC title game because, obviously, you're playing Georgia, and that's your only way of beating Georgia is if you have a good quarterback, pretty much. Yeah, and, Georgia's winning because Tennessee has, probably the best quarterback in the SEC, besides Bryce Young, and they injured him. So, congratulations, Georgia, you're now in the playoffs. So I think I call that an automatic win. Anyway, the Rose Bowl has agreed and came with terms with the CFP selection committee and the playoffs. So, we now have a 12-team playoff and it's starting in 2024. So obviously we got the 2023 playoff this year. Alright, so that means the 12-team playoffs start in the next football season. Yep, next year is when the 12-team playoff will start. And I'm going to take a look at it when what it would look like next week if it were to happen this year. Alright, game of the week, number 10, Kansas State. Number 3, TCU in the Big 12 championship game. And I want you to take a note real quick and look at the both teams' records for every game this week. Kansas State 9-3, TCU 12-0. Now, again, the higher seed, except for the ACC championship, is always the best record is always the home team when it comes to championship week, except for the ACC for some weird reason. I looked it up. I don't even know. They never even said why. But I'll explain that later. But this is going to be a big game. TCU is heavily favored to win this game. And I got to say, look out, because Kansas State, they're the underdog. They play great. Both these two teams play great when they're the underdog. Kansas State, they're knowing that they're not expected to win this game. They want to take down TCU. Will they? I think they can. It's quite possible. I'll have my picks later in the show, but a little hint there. It's going to be closer than you think. ACC Championship. Yeah. Another 9-3 team, North Carolina, number 23. They're barely ranked now. Oh, and Clemson, even after, they got 2 losses, they're 10-2. Yeah, you would. Is it weird that a 2-loss team is in the top 10 when the second highest, or North Carolina, it's not the second highest, but their opponent for the ACC championship, barely ranked. Yeah, so does Clemson deserve a 9th spot when they got two losses? I think not. Yeah, I think I had them at 11. Anyway. The Big Ten, yeah. Purdue is 8-4. How are they in the Big Ten championship game with 4 losses? That's embarrassing for the Big Ten. Michigan is 12-0, undefeated. Just took down my favorite to win the whole thing. They're number 2. Purdue is 14, just because they're in this game. And honestly, the Big Ten got to need to make some changes. Get rid of divisions, because, Purdue is like a middle team in the Big Ten. That's not even going to be a team to even watch. But, yeah. Anyway, the Pac-12 game was last night. There's the final score. And, obviously, this show's actually recorded on Friday before the game. So, obviously, I don't even know the final score. So, I'm going to predict it, make up my mind. And you got the final score screen right here, but obviously, I can't look into the future recording it. So, I'm going to do both sides. Here's an idea of Utah winning. Oh, wow! Utah pulled off that amazing upset! I was not expecting that. Wow, they beat them twice in 1 year, and Lincoln Riley needs to make some changes. And now on to USC's side. Yeah, Lincoln Riley does what he always does. Lose a regular season game, plays them in the conference championship game, and beats them up, and now they're in the playoffs. Classic Lincoln Riley move right there. All right, now on to Saturday. Back to Saturday's game, the SEC. Number 14, LSU. They're 9-3. Once again, another 9-3 team. There's so many 3-loss teams in conference this year. Anyway, Georgia's undefeated, 12-0, of course. Number 1 team. Debatable if they should be 2, but I'm perfectly fine with that. This is going to be a big game for the SEC. Or really a big game for LSU. No, it's a big game for Georgia. Georgia's had some ups and downs this year where they've won. I know they're undefeated, but they had some really close calls. Is this going to be one of them? And I gotta say, LSU is battling through some injuries right now. So, Georgia better blow them out. If they don't, there's something wrong. Even though they did get the win, there's something wrong. And it won't happen. They won't last the playoff. It continues. NFL we go. Some headlines for you. Aaron Rodgers. I think that this is his last year. I think he's retiring after this because he mentioned that if the Packers are eliminated from the playoff, have no hope for the playoff, then anyway, they'll do a quarterback switch and he'll just sit out the rest of the season and probably retire. Anyway, so tomorrow at noon. Got a great game. The Jets and the Vikings on CBS. That's a big game this week. And there's some other big games too. Yeah. So it's likely it's going to come down to this game. Green Bay Packers are eliminated for the playoff if they lose that game. Yeah, to the Bears. So very likely Aaron Rodgers' last NFL game right there. Must watch. Even though I really think the Bears are going to win that game. Maybe. I don't know. I think maybe Packers can win. I don't know. Maybe I'm very confusing. Anyway, a good game on 3:25 on CBS Sunday. The Chiefs, Cincinnati. Yeah, this is gonna be a big game. Can Mahomes pull it out like they always do? So for some reason, they tend to hang in. The games they win, they're blowouts. But sometimes some of the games they've lost come down to the wire. So, and I think it's going to be one of those games. All right. What does West Virginia have for us? Well, North Texas athletic director got hired by West Virginia. Yep, you can see right there that West Virginia's got a new athletic director that they stole or really hired from North Texas. So now North Texas has got to hire a new athletic director, and I gotta say he does an amazing job. North Texas looks great in I think almost every sport right now, or most of the popular sports. And yeah, Houston, a group of, or should I really? I mean, this is basketball. Keep in mind that this is called basketball news now. If I haven't mentioned that already, I mean, I know they're not Power 5. Would you count them as Group of 5 and call it that anyway? The non-Power 5 school. Well, I guess they are going to the Big 12 next year. So anyway, Houston, number 1 in the AP top 25 for the first time since 1983. Quite a stat right there. Houston is really good this year. And honestly, I was surprised. I really haven't been paying that much attention to college basketball this year at all until, football season's over, which after this week, I'll be ramping up for, bowl games and everything. But then, I'll be really deep diving into college basketball, getting ready for March Madness. And to see Houston number 1 and Gonzaga, I think not in the top 10 anymore after being the top 1. Even North Carolina, I'm going to talk about them here in a minute, not being number 1 right now. So this is going to be huge as we getting into college basketball. But here's a big game for you coming up. Sunday, 2 o'clock, ESPN2. It's St. John's. They're really good this year. I think they're undefeated, maybe, possibly. But they're really good. And they have a chance to take down a really good Iowa State team. They're number 23 right now. And I gotta say, the Big 12 is very competitive. And St. Mary is now, every couple years, they go on a great Cinderella run in March Madness. They have a chance to take down newly ranked number 1 team, Houston, and North Carolina. Yeah, what does this see right there? They're number 18 now. North Carolina was number 1, I think, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, they're playing Sunday, 2 o'clock, ACC Network, against a really good Virginia Tech team. So the ACC looks very competitive this year, too. Alright, let's check out what's going on around the network for you. Slate Report Podcast, every Monday, 6 o'clock. I rant about anything I want to, and you can check out last week's episode on YouTube. Also, Down and Distance, every Monday at 6 o'clock. Our college football show, and we only got a couple weeks left. And Hardwood Hoops, our basketball show, every Friday, 6 o'clock. And Hot Seats, putting coaches on the spot. First Monday of every month at 6:30. This next one, coaches are being hired in college football. Me taking a quick like that. If you're wondering why I haven't been doing any reports about hiring late this episode. American Game Day, this episode, flagship show, every Saturday at 10 a.m. And if you hadn't already, check out our website for the latest news, sports, and stats. And also, our college football playoff reaction show. This Monday at 1 o'clock, I'm combining 3 shows in 1. It's going to be our reaction show, of course. Slate Report Podcast and Down and Distance, all in one show, reacting to the official rankings. It's going to be a great show. Monday at 1 o'clock. It's going to be I wouldn't say a couple hour show, but I mean long enough to give me a break. I need some water after this. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Joke game of the week. Let me drink some water. All right, joke game of the week. I'm undefeated, 13-0. No surprise here. Obviously, yeah, Michigan. Obviously, since it's college week, I can't make my prediction. I'm making my prediction coming up in just a minute. But you know, Purdue is the joke right now. Yeah, or really, not Purdue. It's the Big Ten. It's the joke game. Anyway, let's check out. It's now time for the option. All right, we got a MAC right here. Toledo and Ohio. It's going to be a really big game in the MAC. I got Ohio winning this game. Getting ready to kick off at 11 o'clock on ESPN. 2:30 on ESPN. It's the Sun Belt. Coastal Carolina and Troy. Yeah, Troy all of a sudden looks really good right now. I wouldn't even, I don't even think, I've seen like one Coastal Carolina game this year. I don't even think I've seen a single MAC game, by the way. I just picked Ohio because I felt like they're known for it. Anyway, I didn't even know Troy was good at football until I saw their the game come out. So, but I gotta go Coastal Carolina because I have seen a couple of their games. I think one or two, and they do look good enough to win the Sun Belt. The SEC, 3 o'clock, CBS. This is an easy pick for me. Put me up on Georgia. They are going to the playoffs, 100%. Quote me on this. Georgia's winning this game 100%. All right. The American Conference, 3 o'clock, ABC. UCF versus Tulane. The Big Conference has been very competitive this year. UCF, they may have 3 losses, but they do look good right now. If they can get their offense going, they can win this ballgame. But do not sleep on Tulane. They may have, they look better each year. And you cannot forget about them nearly taking down Oklahoma team last year. And since then, they are building. I got Tulane winning this game. And I can't wait to see this one. Next game, we got the Mountain West, Fresno State, Boise State, 3 o'clock on Fox. This is gonna be, I think this is gonna be a pretty interesting game. I'm gonna probably be watching Power 5 over this game, but it will still be interesting to see because it can impact bowl games, whoever's gonna go to a bowl game. Obviously, these two are both gonna go to a bowl game, but who's gonna go to a good one, a big one? And I'm actually siding with Boise State on this one. I really think, I know Boise State used to be a really good football school, Fresno State too, back and forth, but I really think that this is Boise State's year. I know that they've had their ups and downs this year, but I really feel like they are going to get this win today. Next game, ACC. This is not really a big game. Clemson, North Carolina. Why in the world is Clemson not the home team? Yeah, North Carolina's 9-3. They're not the home team. Clemson does have 10-2. I guess they really should be the. I really don't know why ACC sees it like this. I really think Clemson should be the designated home team, but it doesn't matter because it's neutral site. But still, this is going to be a disappointing game, and I probably would rather. What's the other 7 o'clock game? Oh, wait, that's Big Ten. So both the primetime games are going to be blowouts pretty much. Put me on a Clemson. Clemson is winning this game huge. They finally, since the conference trophy's on the line, Clemson, Devil Sweeter will finally get his offense together and put a complete game together. There's the Big Ten right there, 7 o'clock on Fox. Yeah, that's prime time. That's all I gotta say. Alright, let's go ahead, go to the next game. Put me down for Michigan. Obviously, they're winning this game. Alright, it's now time for our game of the week. To the Big 12 we go! Number 10, Kansas State. Number 3, TCU. Playoffs are on the line, and the question is, does TCU still have a playoff chance if they lose this game? Yes, they do. but I'll explain more of that in the next show if they do lose. But it is going to be a really close back and forth game. But I gotta go with Kansas State to win this game. Sorry, Horned Frogs, but you're gonna get upset. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next Saturday at 10 a.m.